You're Sheena?
Yes, Sheena.
Nice to meet you.
You too. This is Munro and this is Millie.
Okay. Which is the one with the problem?
Munro.
Just want to see how she goes here with her sister. Come on, guys. Here, here.
She's unable to take more than a few steps and then just falls to the ground. Her legs fall apart. She's very tired. She gets breathless easily. Come on, quick, puppy, come.
Come on.
She's trying.
You look in those eyes and she's incredibly frustrated because she wants to be a puppy, but she can't because she can't move. Come on.
Munro, come.
Come on.
Come. Good girl. Good
You
girl.
expect that puppies are going to be a little bit clumsy, but you never see this situation where those legs just slip out from underneath them and they collapse. The concern I've got is that if she can't support her weight when she's 5 weeks old and weighs, a couple of kilos, what hope does she have when she's 20 kilos?
Chris has a suspicion about what's causing this severe condition. He's hoping he's wrong.
You almost see her chest almost goes inwards. It's almost concave there. The big thing I notice is her chest. It feels flat. The sternum doesn't have any great point to it, and her chest doesn't have any depth, and that's just a classic sign of swimmer syndrome.
This deformed chest cavity forces the puppy to lie flat, compressing its lungs, causing difficulty breathing and lethargy.
It is almost like she's swimming.
Yes.
You just see her legs spreading out like this, like she's almost doing breaststroke.
Yeah, it looks like she's swimming.
This condition is pretty rare. A lot of vets go through their entire career having never seen a case of it.
Munro.
Little one, come on.
I've heard most people put these dogs down. I couldn't do that. I'm just hoping that he can help her. Come on, Munro, come on.
50% of puppies that have this, that aren't helped out, will die. We need to actually act fairly quickly on this, because if we don't do anything, then this will be her.
Yeah.
And it's not much of a life.
No, it isn't.
There's a road going right through the forest. It's actually quite a busy road. And people are throwing food out of the cars, feeding the elephants over there. This has changed behavior of the elephants. The elephants are actually waiting for food now, instead of foraging themselves. Look at her, she's in protection mode. The tail up, see the tail being higher up, and then when she looked at us, the ears wide open like that. This kind of roadblock is not easy to be ignored by people, even with a large car. These elephants can stop you, and they can do a lot of damage to your car, your property, or if you're on a motorbike, to you.
Motorcycle riders can just get swiped off their bikes. Only a few weeks ago, a monk was killed when he went out to try to feed one of the elephants. It's dangerous.
You don't know that he might not even want to kill somebody. They don't know their own strength. And, that's one of the problems we face here with these elephants. And they get so close to people so often, they lose respect. Yeah. Thousands of people pass through this road every day, up and down. And that's one of the problems. You see, here, they're starting some kind of fencing to stop the elephants coming out of the jungle. Yeah. But it ain't gonna stop them. Yeah. Without electrical fencing, that ain't gonna work.
The elephant is such a strong symbol of Thailand, yet the reality of the elephant's plight here is anything but strong. There are only 2,200 left in the wild, and those, as we've seen here, are pretty vulnerable.
Come on, let's get some x-rays. And if something is stuck, well, that's really not good for him. You're a doofus. This way. Come on. Come on. Whoa. Hero, this way. Come on. Come on. So the next step is to actually take an x-ray of Hero, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Come on, Hero, this way. This dog has complete control of me. He is taking me for a walk. He is taking me for the x-ray. I don't know how I'm gonna even get him on the table. Vic, are you free to help with this very sick dog?
I walk in and my first reaction is, where are they hiding the batteries? She cannot be real. She's ridiculous. Her name is Kwatile, and she's being hand-raised because her mum just ran out of milk.
Kwatile means regal princess in Swahili. She's the first cheetah to be born at the zoo in 8 years, and keepers Michelle and Donna are now the cubs' surrogate mums.
We share a really special bond with Kwatile. I've worked with cheetah for a lot of years, sort of focusing on them and their breeding. And to finally have one little cheetah cub born is so special, knowing that they're so endangered. They're Africa's most endangered big cat. So to be able to spend time with a precious little cheetah cub makes you very thankful.
That's a good girl.
Today, Chris is getting involved in the daily training of the baby, and that includes meeting strangers. 6'5" blonde strangers.
She's handling me being here.
Yep, she's doing very, very well. She's accepting that you're stroking her and it's not worrying her at all. And that's really good and important for us to do veterinary examinations on her in the future.
There are big plans for this little one. The keepers are hoping that she'll become the poster girl for Adelaide Zoo. She'll educate the public about the plight of the cheetah, but she'll also do meet and greets with people. To do that, she's going to have to pass some tests. And Kwatile's exams, they start today.
Oh no, it's terrible.
All we have to do now is watch him very, very closely, treat any signs that arise, and hope that he doesn't deteriorate.
This isn't the normal Marie.
I know.
Come for it.
Chris's torrid day is not over yet. That evening, another call out.
She ate the entire bottom of it, which is about 1.5 meters long.
Okay.
Worried cousins Genevieve and Hilary are almost certain their Pomeranian Marie has swallowed some bikini string.
The fact she's got her back arched says that she's certainly sore there. Well, she's letting me feel all of it apart from one area. You hear that sound?
The two 19-year-olds arrived home to find their 6-month-old puppy vomiting.
I didn't hear a peep out of it, and I actually thought someone took her because it was that quiet.
Hilary and Genevieve are two of our most colourful, interesting clients. What's that?
It's just like, you know, when you're a baby and you have a blanket and you like grow up and you take it with you, that's what Marie does with her hat.
You have to understand they not only love this dog, they live their lives through Marie.
And I just said to her, Marie, I don't think you're old enough yet to handle a mobile phone, so Twitter's out of the question. And she has her own sombrero, which can be seen on her Facebook page. She has 81 friends at the moment, including Chris.
It's just hard to actually keep it quite a serious mind. You do actually have to keep a focus and realise that you've got a sick dog here.
Chris is hoping X-rays will help him confirm if the swimwear string is causing a blockage.
It's like a drawstring. It pulls tight and actually locks that intestine up into a loop. And if that's the case, that intestine can actually die off, and that can be really serious really quickly.
At the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH, 1-year-old Zoe is in agony after a 10-metre dive onto a concrete driveway.
How did it happen? Okay, babe.
She jumped off the second floor balcony.
Okay. You saw her jump?
I saw her jump.
Oh, goodness, you poor thing.
I looked, my heart went from here down to here. And I was too scared to look over the balcony, you know, because I thought I'd see her just laying there, but she wasn't there. And I thought, well, she's got up and walked, you know.
Looking at the way it's hanging there, I'm quite worried that she's got a broken leg. Hey, puppy girl, we'll make you feel better now.
Lisa is taking Zoe out to the treatment room to give her pain relief and to find out just how bad the fracture is.
Oh,
See that?
that's crunchy.
Oh.
The bone shard is actually punctured through the skin, so it's not the kind of fracture we like to deal with because it means that that bone is exposed to infection and bugs stop fractures from healing. And I guess if we don't treat this aggressively, she could lose that leg.
How far away they are from flying, that's their wing. It's tiny.
At the Bondi Clinic, Chris is giving the noisy ducklings one last examination. Chris rescued the 9 newborns and their mother from their dangerous home on a high-rise balcony.
They're so small, they are very vulnerable, and they're going to need to swim and run away from predators and going to have to keep up with mum. I think your legs are working okay, aren't they? Mum's quite confused. You can hear her just making a few little noises, almost talking to her babies, just saying, guys, you okay? I can hear you. You're stressed. Oh, hello. And each time she makes a noise, they make a louder one back. Just keep it down a notch.
When Chris gets Mum out, she's not happy.
What was I saying? Hey, strong, aren't you? Just feeling it there, and she's actually in pretty good condition.
The mother duck is ready to take her brood back to the wild, but there are no guarantees about their future.
I am actually a little bit nervous about the release. Sure, they're fit, they're healthy, they're ready to go, but the harsh reality is I can't really control what happens out there in that pond. They are going to need some luck. Let's hope they've got it.
That's the way. In Titch's case, obesity is really threatening her life, and unfortunately in Australia we see obesity as probably one of the biggest health problems in our pets. I'm Luffy. It's our animals that don't have the willpower, they don't have that common sense to know that being overweight is bad for them. Come, Titch. Often it gets to the point where you see your animal every day, you don't actually realise how overweight they are. She's looking pretty sheepish. She's seen the numbers on the scale, she's got the motivation now. I'm expecting to see a big improvement.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Dusek from Bondi Vet. If you love our show and want to see more, plus some amazing content about pets and how to care for them, hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you on our next video.